K6MYC.
K6BBG 971.
Hello, Dave. How are you feeling up there tonight? Can you hold your belly up?
Old bit. I don't know, it's like we came down with some kind of a cold or something. Both me and Deanna. Deanna's been off all week. But, I don't know. Not feeling totally terrible, but, yeah, you can tell there's just something, a little something there.
Must be going around course gold. Frank's been sick, too. I don't know if he's going to show up here tonight or not. How about it, Frank? W6BBS, K6MYC. Don't hear Frank yet. I can't tell because I don't have the live streaming to look at here. Somebody will have to tell us whether the stream is up.
K6USY, we are up and running.
Oh, you're at home. Okay. Have you had any comm with with Frank?
No, sir. Yeah, no, haven't heard from him. But, yeah, we got back yesterday afternoon, and we just been kind of milling around the house and, washing the campfire smoke smell out of all of our clothes.
Sounds like Aaron.
It is Aaron. That's 1079 and 1100. Good evening, Aaron. Yeah, that's the way it is when the smoke blows in every direction when you're down there, doesn't it? Huh? Anyway, good to hear you. We had a big day on Thursday here. We had 40 people, maybe a few more. We couldn't necessarily count all the kids, but we had 40 people.
9 kids and 5 dogs.
9 kids, 5 dogs?
5 kids and 5 dogs.
5 kids and 5 dogs, okay. Quite a group, anyway.
Yeah, it was pretty cold over on the coast. It was getting into the 40s and nice and clear and sunny and 60 degrees during the day. And then, of course, we get back to the valley, it's all foggy and overcast. So it was gorgeous over there. And, yeah, we had 3 kids and 6 adults. So it was a pretty good ratio. And I had the portable hex beam set up and was doing parks on the air. I worked 365 stations on various different bands over 3 days. So it was pretty good trip. K6USY.
Yeah, sounds like you were busy. And this was on JT.
No, most of it was on sideband. I only did FT8 on the last night. I think I did 47 stations on the last night. I was only running 10 watts doing FT8, but most of the activation was sideband. Okay,
very good. Sounds like you had quite a bit of activity. The bands were good. The bands were funny. I thought the 40-meter band was depressed to a degree. Not necessarily early in the weekend, but later last night it was pretty depressed. And 20 wasn't either that good either. I tried to work Volker this morning, I think. Was it this morning? No, last night. All runs together when you're upside down. We were trying to work Volkers at S3Y last night at about 9 o'clock, 8 o'clock actually, 8:30, give or take, and band on 20 short path had been good the night before, but it was down about 10-15 dB. So it wasn't as good as it could have been, but we had a good conversation. His wife is about to have cataract operation on her eyes, and so I got Judy together with Bridget, Z3Y's wife, and they had a little chat about what to expect and so on. Since Judy's been through it, we were trying to assure Bridget that if she has a good doctor, it'll go really well.
Oh, very good. But yeah, I worked 10 meters to 20 and was kind of working up and down the bands, but worked most of the stations on 20. I was working, all the way across the country. I mostly just had the hex beam pointed east, so I was working mostly stateside and, working a lot of stations in New England, a lot of good signals, and, tell them that I'm sitting in a campground with a hex beam at 100 watts, and people are like, oh, you got a really good signal. So it's nice going to places that are quiet and having a directional antenna, and it was a lot of fun. I had quite a pile up on 20 meters. So as I've said, if I call CQ at home, nobody cares, but I go out to a park and I get a pile up. K6USY.
Yeah, well, that's the POTA thing. I guess that's why the ARRL or whoever invented all these POTAs and islands on the air and the grid squares and all the rest of it, to get us more interested and keep our interest up, give us more challenges to work with. So Judy, you got your chart ready? You got for 971 down?
Yep.
Okay.
979 and 1100.
Yeah, 971. Let me shoot it back to you briefly if you're still there, Dave. And as I said, Frank apparently had a bad cold too, so maybe it's something going around. Coarse cold must be in the water. Over.
Hi, Roger. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of weird. We, the grandkids are all sick. They came over during the week, and maybe we got something from them is what we're kind of thinking. But, I just had a lazy Sunday and tried to stay warm.
Well, it wasn't bad. Down here we were pushing around 60. But it's supposed to be even warmer tomorrow, 60 or 63 tomorrow, and actually started getting, it was much warmer today than it was yesterday. Yesterday was quite cold. And the day before with a little bit more of an overcast. We had intermittent sun with overcast, and boy, when it overcasted, it was low clouds, and it was cold. All right, let's see. I'm pointed south, so let's see if we can pick up Rick, KB6RQU or N6SWR. Anybody down south copying K6MYC and the 2-meter Bozo Net, Northern California. Something ending in Bravo. Try it again.
430.
Bravo, 1164.
Okay, 1164. I didn't get the first part of it. KT2, is that you, Mark? KT2G, K6MYC, is that you?
Negative, this is Vlad, Whiskey 6, Bravo, Victor, Bravo.
Oh, Roger, W6 Bravo, Victor Bravo, way down there in Delta Mike 13. Thank you, Vlad. Good copy. Good signal up here. You're stronger than the other day. I don't know how long it'll stay like that. Anyway, great to hear you, and thank you for your 1164. I'm Bozo 47 if you want to pass that on to anybody down there that's copying. Anyway, good evening to you. Let's see if there's anybody else up here copying you. That's W6 Bravo Victor Bravo Vlad, and he's in Delta Mike 13, guys. Anybody want to try for him? Go ahead. Well, at the moment, nobody is hearing you, or at least wants to try Vlad, so we'll have to just let it go. But here I am anyway. Hi. And if the other Vlad, K6VVP, checks in, I'll say hello to him for you. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving weekend. W6 Bravo, Victor Bravo, Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie, over.
Good evening to you, this is W6.
Yeah, Bozo 831 in High Desert there, Mike.
1164.
Roger. Thanks, Vlad. 7-3, you got covered up by some locals there, but 7-3, hopefully you'll see you later. K6MYC. Who was 834 or 8-something 4? 831. Who was that?
Yeah, 831, KG6 USS up here in High Desert, Mike. I got a relay for you from up here. It's 107 there. Copy?
Oh, you got a relay from Dane. That's Dane, WB6JNP. He's down there. 107, so put in 107, Judy. Thanks for the relay, John, and we got your 831 KG6 USS. I knew the number sounded familiar, but I heard it with 3 other stations talking at the same time, and I wasn't sure of what I heard. Good signal as always, John, and thank you for the relay from Dane. Dane lives in Coarse Gold normally here, and he has a really tough time getting out of Coarse Gold because he's down in a hole. But he's mobiling down your way today. Back to you, John, quickly, and we'll see if there's anybody else wants to give you Bozo numbers from up this way. K6MYC standing by. Go ahead, John.
All right, Mike. Hey, thanks for coming back to me, and glad you're having a good net there. Hopefully you had a good holiday. This is KG6 USS Bozo 831 out here in the high desert looking for check-ins for the Southern California Bozo Net for Sunday night. Anybody want to check in here? Hello.
Good evening, John. This is number 432, KM6SRR.
Hey, how you doing there, KS 432? We got you on the list. Thanks for checking in.
He got you, Rob.
Roger, I just letting somebody else get on there, but I guess nobody else.
Yeah, it's hard to miss Rob. He just comes booming in here, shakes my timbers.
Okay, well, I'm not hearing anybody else at the moment. We're really early in the net here. In about 5 minutes, we may have some others. If you're still around in 5 minutes and you are pointing this way, give another shout, John. Otherwise, for now, we'll let you go. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving down there from the high desert. KG6 USS 834. You did get your check-in, Vlad, W6B Bravo, Vector Bravo. You did hear that check-in from your side, right?
Yeah, what was his number?
Yeah, what was his number? 1164, 1164.
Okay, gotcha. And it's Vlad. All right, sorry about that. I heard you coming in on the vertical that were really, really loud, so I had to swing over this way. We'll check back in a little bit there. All right, have a good one, Mike. 47, we'll catch you later.
Roger, 7-3, John. Okay, anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley here? KB6RQU, Rick, are you around?
KK6ZKE.
Okay, well, there's Terry. Good old, what number, Terry, for Judy?
704.
There you go. I know what it is. I know what it is, but she doesn't remember them all yet. Maybe she's beginning to remember quite a few of them, though. Takes a while. Anyway, good evening to you. Hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving there. We had 40 here on Thursday. It was rather busy, but we had enough chairs. Actually had empty seats, so we could have handled a few more. And we had more than enough food. 3 turkeys and all the fixings, so it was wonderful. Over.
Yeah, went to W6OWL, Larry's house, and had a good time there, and with his grandkids and such. It was nice.
Yeah, very good. Yeah, Patty and Larry always do a nice thing there. I'm glad you were able to get there and see them. You told me you were there, so that was wonderful. Anyway, glad you had a good one and a good weekend. It was funny weather until today. Yesterday was kind of cool. We had overcast up here. We were sort of in and out of the clouds, and it wouldn't warm up. But today we walked out. It was really mellow this morning. It was almost as warm outside as it was inside, in the mid-60s outside already. That was a funny day. Anyway, I'll take a standby and see if there's anybody else in here. Good evening to you, Rob, and I see you made it back in one piece. Or I think you did. You're still in one piece, aren't you, Rob?
WB6.
Yeah, last time I checked, although my cousin's husband is having some issues, but we still had a reasonable time. He had 3 gallstones that were really giving him a bad time, so he went in and they took him out on took him out on Friday, I guess it was. He was in there since Thursday night, and then they finally removed it. They have to make sure that they get all the gallstones out because they can't take out the at the same time, because if there is any gallstones in there, they'll go right down into the liver. Over.
They'll go right down to the what?
Down into the liver. The gallbladder is hooked up to kind of where the liver is too. So without the gallbladder in there to, I guess, allow the gallstones to come out that way, they will go back into the liver. So you don't want that. Over.
No, you don't. What a terrible thing to have happen on Thanksgiving Day, though. I imagine he was in great pain. I'm really sorry to hear that, but I'm glad that they got him taken care of. That's the main thing. And we had no issues here. Everybody was healthy. We did have one little dog fight. One of the dogs got bit a little bit on her arm. But otherwise, it was a minimal destruction derby here. Anyway, good deal. So let's just see, Rob, see who else we have in here. We're missing a lot of people. And so we'll take another standby. I kind of would like to hear Kerry pop in here for a minute. I know he doesn't have his little warming machine anymore, but he's got another dog, I think, that's pretty good at keeping him warm out there in the shack. KC5D to how about it, Kerry?
WB6ISO.
Oh, Kerry, I hear you. WB6ISO. Good evening, Dennis. And hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving up there. We had 40 at our place. Go ahead, Dennis.
Yeah, very good. I did let you know I'm here, and a good evening to the gentleman down there in the Southern California. I'll be wandering along. Be here when you get back up this way. WB6ISO.
Did you want to call down south? I think he's gone now. Over.
Yeah, just say hello. I heard him up here a while ago. I was kind of busy. Just wanted to say good evening. I'm here, so I'll be here when you get up this way. But a very pleasant good evening.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, he's in Delta Mike 14 in the high desert, but he's just running 100 watts, and he's really got a good location. Pumps a huge signal up this way. Anyway, very good. We'll be up your way here in a few minutes. We're starting a little light here this morning, this evening.
Here.
Somebody talking with me? Who is that?
Yeah, this is Dennis. I just let you know I will be here when you get up this way.
Okay, very good. All right. Anybody else in the San Joaquin Valley? K6MYC Bozo Net.
KJ6TYO 1009.
Okay, 1009. Good evening, Ron. KJ6TYO. Well, I know you didn't have chicken for Thanksgiving, although you could have probably had plenty. Over.
Yeah, that's true. No chicken. Our work did give us turkey, so we went ahead and did up a turkey and served a whole 2 people here, myself and my wife, and then delivered 2 more plates to the aunts that are not able to get out and about. So, yeah, 22-pound turkey, 4 people.
Well, I don't think you ate it all in one sitting, did you?
No, been eating turkey sandwiches for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
That's what we're doing. Okay. Well, you're sounding good up here. And I'm glad you had a quiet Thanksgiving there, and you were able to help out a few folks that couldn't get their own there. That's great. KJ6TYO 1009. We sort of expect at the same time you check in, Adam always checks in here. So Adam, are you here? No, KE6BON tonight.
Hey, Larry. Yeah, I'd just like to tell Ted that he's got a hell of a great signal up here in the high desert. Fuel November 6th, Juliet India Bravo, KG60 USS. We got a great signal in the mic station up here in the high desert. Well, club, and you got a good signal. Hey, and you're a prospect for net control. Not a problem. Okay, KN6JIV, KG6USS, back to net control. Yeah, I did. I passed along that 107 for the, what do they call that? You know, passing it along to them. And then I've got 1164, and then Rob at 432, and of course Mike at 47.
Okay, I was taking a little break there, trying to maneuver the cat. He doesn't, he wants to be in with us. He was missing all weekend because we had 5 dogs here. And all the cats were disappeared. We're just starting to get them to come back. 2 of the 3 are back. I haven't seen Sparky yet. We're kind of worried about Sparky, but he's probably still hiding up in the attic somewhere. Oh, what was that?
All right.
Some big flunk?
No.
Oh, okay. All right, let's see. One last call up and down the valley. We're missing a lot of people here locally. KB6RQU or N6SWR, Bakersfield, DMO5. How about it, guys?
711.
711's in here. Good evening, John. How was your Thanksgiving?
Very good. Nice family time. And had a couple of concerts this weekend. First of the season. There's September.
Okay, very good. Glad to have you check in here, John. We haven't heard OIB and many of the other regulars here, so we're missing a lot of people. We're missing KG6CYCE. Oh, for heaven's sake, I forgot Daryl's call. KG6 Charlie Echo Yankee, Charlie Echo Fox, I think it is. Maybe it'll come to me. We did get one other check-in from Coursegold, but he wasn't in Coursegold. He was in Alameda or someplace. No, not Alameda, but Anaheim maybe. Anyway, that's Dane. Dane did check in from the Southern California group there. All right, let's see. K6MYC standing by for Bozos in the San Joaquin Valley before I go toward Atascadero. Anybody? 732, I hear. You might be down in Southern California. 732, this is 47, Bozo 47, K6MYC, over.
732.
Yeah, 722, okay, 722. I don't know who that is. Paul, what's his call?
N6BZY.
Okay, he's from Southern California. What's your grid square down there? I'm in Delta Mike 07. Give us your grid. Over. Yeah, I'm not hearing you now. 722, Bozo 722. We may have lost you. We're pretty weak up here in Delta Mike 07, Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie. Who copied him up here? Somebody said 722. Who was that?
I'm passing on all of our numbers to the net control in LA.
Well, you just grabbed it off the sheet, did you?
Yeah, well, I saw 722 is N6BZY, Paul from Lemon Grove, and I heard earlier while you were gone with the cats, John passing on our Bozo numbers 47 and 432 over to net control down there. Over.
Yeah, well, that's good. I'm glad he passed that on. Well, Lemon Grove is way down there. Well, that's a good contact, but Lemon Grove, he may have a pretty good little spot there. He's got some altitude. That's rolling hills in Lemon Grove, and there's some very good radio locations down there. So let's try one more time. It was a call, K6 Bravo Zulu Yankee. Was that the call, Rob?
November 6th, Bravo, Zulu, Yankee. And I'm thinking John was just saying the number, passing it on to their net control. Over.
Oh, you think that was not 722 that we were hearing? We were just hearing John repeating his call. Is that it?
That's what I was guessing. I'm hearing John in there right now, but he's kind of weak.
All right. Let's see. I guess we'll just move on here. I'm surprised we haven't had Rick in here for a week and a half or two now. It's been very quiet. All right, let's go over to Atascadero and see if Ron is over there. I'm going to move this way. For your information, Aaron, I can probably do this way because the stream is down. It's not picking up my and controlling my rotator. W6QUI. Ron, I wonder if you're in there this evening. W6QUI, K6MYC.
I wasn't there this morning, but yes. Good evening, Mike. W6QUI over here.
Good to hear you. No, I'm just, my mouth is saying one thing, my brain is thinking something else. I'm not quite connected here. Good morning. Good morning to you, Ron, and good evening to you as well later in the day here. How are you doing? Did you have a good Thanksgiving? We had 40 here, over.
Yeah, we didn't have quite that many. We had 4. It was actually at my grandson's house, so only 4 of us were able to make it. Yeah, I knew you were going to have a big crowd. You mentioned that last week, what your plans were. So, very good. Sounds like a neat turnout. We just have a lot of family up there. Anyway, good signal. I'm working on an old receiver here. I believe it's a shortwave receiver. I just got it today. It's made by Jackson Research Laboratories. Got 2.5-volt tubes in it, and it appears to be a TRF as far as I can tell. I got the filaments fired up, but I haven't got any further than that right now.
Okay, very good, Ron. Give Judy your Bozo number, would you?
1200, and they were supposed to send me some information. I have never received anything about that, and I can't remember if that was Frank or somebody else that mentioned that. Do you recall who that was? Over?
I doubled with the first part of it, so I didn't understand the question. Somebody must have said that they could get the information on the receivers. Well, Bill's a very good antique guy. Bill AA6S. He's the antique specialist, but there are other guys that are also pretty well tuned up in that stuff. But what we want you to do is give your Bozo number so Judy can hear it, over.
Yeah, I did that, but you keep doubling with me there, Mike. First of all, Charlie Mike 98.5 and Bozo is 1055, W6QUI.
Yeah, she's got it. I haven't let go of the mic, so the only reason we're doubling is you're thinking I'm stopping, and I haven't stopped yet. I'm holding this mic button in my cold, clammy hand here, clutched. Anyway, fine on that. I will take a guess that it was Bill, but it could have been somebody else, and I haven't heard Frank in here tonight. Frank may still be very sick. He had a very bad cold on Thursday or Wednesday. I'm not sure which, and then I didn't hear any more from him since then. So I don't know what Frank's status is. He may still be very much under the weather there. I hope not. I hope he's starting to get on the mend, but normally he would be out in the shack. Anyway, back to you, Ron, and maybe it's Bill, but Bill isn't in here usually on Sunday nights. Maybe you'll have to catch him tomorrow night or Tuesday night or Wednesday night on one of the bands there. W6QUI, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, very good. Yeah, my question was, you may not have got all of it. Someone last time I was on, I think it was 2 meters, so it must have been Wednesday. Someone mentioned that I guess there was a sale somewhere, and somebody had a 1296 amplifier that was pretty crude, but worked, I guess, and they wanted to get rid of it. And I never got any more information. They were supposed to email me about it, and I don't think anybody over there has my email except maybe Bill. Anyway, yeah, I'll be checking in Tuesday. I will not be checking in Wednesday because that's our monthly Christmas dinner meeting at the museum. So I'll be around Tuesday night, though. Over.
Okay. Well, the person that has all the information on the 1296 amplifier is Ken, WA6OIB, and he has not checked in here this evening. So if you can, I can tell you what Ken's email address is. It's Ken9, K-E-N, and then the number 9 at pipeline.com, pipeline.com, Ken9 at pipeline.com, I believe. Over.
Okay, I got that loaded down here. Very good. Yeah, I work Vox, by the way, so when I quit talking, I'm listening, but yeah, okay, very good, Mike. Look for somebody on Tuesday. Hopefully somebody will show up that can hear me, and we'll go from there. Yeah, somebody built this amp. It was at a flea market or something. Someone had over there recently, and it did not sell. And it was homemade, I guess, with a commercial brick in it or something. And I guess they wanted to get rid of it, so I was kind of interested in that. I think it was one of the high-powered ones. Anyway, let's continue with the net over there. Good signal here. And we'll catch you Tuesday. Well, I'll be on Tuesday, but as you know, you and I don't seem to hear each other too well. E6MIC, W6QUI.
Yeah, but if, and of course on Tuesday we won't get Bill in here. I mean, we won't get Ken in here. But if you can be on Wednesday, then you can hook up with Ken. But just drop him an email. It's the amplifier was made, the module, the RF module was made by W6PQL. Puts out 600 watts when powered with enough voltage and current. It was the last thing in the sale from his because Joe passed away about 6 months ago. K6ZMW. He had it down in the harbor area of Los Angeles where he lived. I worked him many times on the amp, and he was very strong. But that's what it is. All the pieces there, it's just not, it's kind of in 2 or 3 things, one thing sitting on top of the other. It all works. It has a home-built sequencer and everything in it, so all the stuff is there, and it works, but it just has to be cleaned up. It sounds like a perfect match for you. You are capable of doing that sort of stuff. So Ken, WA6OIB, is the one that would be you want to connect with on that. And Ken probably has been so busy he may have forgotten to send you an email about it or pictures. You don't really need pictures. Just picture a little block module. Got lots of heat sink. It's got plenty of heat sink. All that stuff is there. Yeah, it's a complete amp. It just isn't it's sort of prototyped breadboard. Over.
Yeah, I understand. Yeah, I did. In fact, I worked, I think it's Joe, K6NW in Marina del Rey. And yeah, I did work him on 1200 at one time. Oh, I guess he must have passed away after that. But yeah, I did talk to him. We set up a schedule, and we did make contact. So obviously I've heard the amplifier. Over.
Yeah, I would think you would have had to use it because you've got so much hills in the way. He has a good shot up the valley, and he works with that radio. He worked all the way up into W6 PQL's place. PQL, I think, worked him off on 1296 all the way from Fremont, California. So it worked well, and everybody in this valley worked him well, and I'm sure that Rob has worked him. Rob, you worked Joe, didn't you?
Oh, yeah, I worked him several times, and he was louder than Ralph down that way. I'm hearing Ron really faintly tonight. I don't know if he's on a different radio or what. Over.
Is it me, or do you say Ron is weak?
Yeah, Ron is real weak. Normally I hear him a lot louder. Over.
Okay, I moved the beam a little bit. Is that better?
Yeah, there you are. Sounding better. Okay.
Yeah, this antenna is very sharp. Everybody is in a different spot over there, so the weak signals I have to move the loop Yankee back and forth. Got a very narrow beam width. Over.
What is it, Ron?
I'm sorry. Say again.
What is the antenna?
It's a 23 element homebrew loop Yankee.
How many elements?
23.
Oh, well, no wonder it's narrow. Yeah, 23 elements. That's got to be a 35-foot, 40-foot boom or something on that thing, huh?
It's about 5 or 6 feet. I do have a 48 element also that I used on ATV when I lived down south. So you talk about being narrow, that thing's really narrow.
Okay, I guess you didn't say 35 elements. You said it's a 5-element loop Yagi?
Negative. It's about 5 foot long. It's 23 elements. It's about half of my 46 element. I just took the front end off of it.
Oh, I know what you're talking about now. You're talking 1296. Okay, not this band, huh?
Oh, no. I just have 9 elements stacked on this band.
Yeah, okay, got it. All righty, well, we'll let you go, but send ken9@pipeline.com a message and see if he can get a response from him. He'll give you an estimated price. It was at the flea market that W6OWL's place about a month ago now. So there you are. So it was the last of Joe Cadwaller's equipment. Everything else sold that he had. Everything else sold, but I think it was the condition of the amplifier in the sense that it was piecemeal and breadboarded, and nobody felt comfortable with it. Over.
Yeah, well, I rebuild stuff like that all the time and repackage it. So, okay, I will do that. And yeah, I was kind of curious. Mainly about the price. I know the power supply was with it. By the way, is that module 24 or 48 volt supply?
Joe was running it on 28 volts because he didn't want to run more than 300 watts. He had something in the feed line system that he was concerned about. But it normally can run 50 volts at 50 amps. Over.
Okay, yeah, and I think there's a power supply with it. I build power supplies also, so, if it's not there, that's not an issue with me.
Yeah, well, you probably want to just get a switcher. They're all over the internet because basically it's a 48 volt switcher, and that's the telephone voltage. So all kinds of switching units are on the market on QTH.com and all over the place. So you should be able to pick a good 100. You need about 30 amps minimum and 50 volts, but most of the power supplies are 50 and 50. We'll call it 48 volts and 50 amps, but you don't need 50 amps. It'll never draw 50. It only draws about 35 under full load, I think.
What do you know what the average drive is for the high power?
10 watts.
Okay, that's exactly what I have. Okay. Anyway, I'm going to let you go. Keep the net going here. Thanks for the info, and we'll look for you. Well, we'll try and look for you Tuesday. I'll be here. Someday we'll hear each other. I have heard you, but, not too strong. Anyway, 7-3s to you, Mike, and we'll catch you later. W6QUI.
Well, you're hearing one of the same amplifiers. This just happens to be one that was completely finished and packaged up. But this is a W6PQL 600 watt, so that's what you're hearing from me. So when you get yours, I should be able to hear you, amazingly enough. 7-3. Anybody else for Ron before we go to Santa Cruz? I guess not. Any other check-ins before we go to Santa Cruz? Nobody else for 2-meter Bozo check-in. Boy, it's light and quiet tonight. Everybody's exhausted from the long weekend. Here we go up to Santa Cruz.
Too much turkey.
Not too much turkey for you turkeys. Okay, KW6S. KW6S or Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. K6MYC. Anybody around this evening?
Yes, KW6S 6.
Yep, and it's breaking up a little bit. You got a loose connection there somewhere, Tom, but we got you. Booming signal. KW6S 610. And hopefully you had a good one. We had 40 people at our celebration on Thursday, over.
Yeah, we had, let's see, that should be better. I saw something kind of out of the corner of my eye. I don't know what that breaking up stuff was. Yeah, we had 8. It's hard for us to get the family together very often anymore, but my sister was here and 2 daughters and her mother-in-law and her husband. So yeah, we had a good fun crowd. I did a turkey. It turned out better than it usually does. So I think everything was pointed in the right direction.
Very good. Well, we had all my 6 grandkids were here. 2 are girls and 4 are boys. And most of them have families now. The 2 boys are not married yet, 2 of the 4. And all the girls are married. One girl has 2 kids. I think she got 2 or 3. I can't keep up with it. And then the other one is pregnant. And hopefully we'll see some action there before too long. So there you go. We had that group, and then we had Tracy is Matt's wife, and her family came up also. So we had both halves of the family here, quite a few people from both halves, and then we had a few close friends in that in some cases were relatives, distant relatives of mine, second cousins and stuff like that. Anyway, it's a really good group. Everybody got along fine. We had no end of noise, no ends of kids, and no end of dogs. Lots of chatter. Okay. Yeah, it was good to be involved in it, but it was also good when everybody left. We felt so relieved. And it got quiet in the house all of a sudden after 4 days of near bedlam. Not bedlam, just noise, everybody talking. When you get five
laughing and chattering.
Yeah, laughing and chattering. Everybody was having a good time. All right. Anyway, I'm glad you got some of yours together there anyway. And you're very loud over here. I don't know what the first breakup was, but I didn't hear any more, so it's working fine now. Let's see if Lee is in there. Lee, are you with us this evening? Alpha Foxtrot 6 United. Go ahead.
226 is here.
Oh, good. 226, do you want to turn down, I don't know if Ron is still listening, but Ron was interested in the 600 watt ZMW amp, over.
Yeah, I heard that. I was in the house listening on the stream when we had company. So anyway, I came out here, but I got out here too late.
Okay, did I give him the right email address, ken9@pipeline.com?
Yeah, no, that was correct. Absolutely, no problem at all. And it's better that I just chat with him on that anyway. So we'll not take up any net time on that. So I'll wait for his email.
Okay.
And hi to Tom over there.
Okay, go ahead, Tom.
Well, WA60IB, KW6S. Yeah, I'm kind of noticing I hadn't heard from you in a while, so glad to hear you on the air and probably vertical these days, so that's always good. WA60IB, KW6S.
Well, thank you for the concern. Yeah, no, I'm in and out. You know, I've got things I have to do, and things showed up, and this and that. So I try and make it here. You know, if I'm here at home and I haven't got company or something going on, I'll be out here. But lately, it's been intermittent because of obligations and whatnot. So anyway, we're good now. So it's good to hear you. Good signal, and thank you for the concern there. KW6S, back to net, K6MYC, WA60IB.
W6PQL.
Okay, and we hear PQL in there. Hang on just one second. Ken, we had 40 people here for ours. How many did you have in your house?
Oh, we only had a dozen. It was smaller than usual for various reasons. The grandkids weren't here, and my daughter they went on the other side of the family, went to them. So of course we saw them today, but we did see them on Thanksgiving. So different years, different schemes, but we had a very small crowd, considering what we usually have. But Marcus came. We had a real nice visit with him. He came, and then my friend Glenn from up at Gads up there by Course Gold. He came because he was looking for a place to get some free turkey, so we invited him. So we had a good crowd. Only a dozen, a small crowd, but it was fun.
Yeah, very good, very good. Well, we had 40, and it was a big crowd, but we managed it nicely. We had extra seats, actually. We had enough room in our big room. And everybody out there chomping and chewing, and got quiet when everybody got food in front of their face for about 2 seconds. All right, good deal, Ken. And Tom, I don't know. I just we got Tom and I'm sorry, Ken broke in about the same time. Let's see if Lee is here. Did I hear you there, Lee? Alpha Foxtrot 6 United, over. Don't hear Lee. Yes, Lee is busy or recovering. All right, anybody else to want to say hello to Tom before we slide up into the Bay Area? K6MYC 2-meter Bozo Net.
Sure, how you doing, Tom? KW6S, this is Kilo Mike 6, Sierra Romeo.
KM6SRR, KW6S. Good evening there, Rob. Yeah, you're doing a real respectable job here this evening. And hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving holiday as well.
Yeah, roger on that. We went down to L.A. and visited my cousin, so it was actually kind of warm down there, so barely could have a long-sleeve shirt, no undershirt, over.
Yeah, it's quite pleasant here. I remember when I lived down in Fresno, sometimes it was cold, sometimes it was pretty warm. I just never knew until the day that it rolled around. We were worried about rain with my daughter having to drive back. She made the trip back and forth from Carmichael, but it was a clear shot for pretty much both ways, weather and traffic-wise.
Yep, rained on us a little bit going down, but that was it, so a good time there. I know we used to go down to Emerald State Beach just north of Ventura every Thanksgiving and camp out on the beach, and it was always warm weather, really nice down there, over.
Yeah, I've never been much for camping, and certainly never on a beach, but it's always nice to get away and do something a little bit different.
Yep, roger on that. Okay, good talking to you. I'll let the net get going here. KM6SRR.
And just one last thing, and then Aaron reports the same thing. He and his family, Aaron K6USY, was over there at Sunset Beach. He set up his HF hex beam and his 100 watts, and he worked something around, what was it, 360 contacts, right, Aaron? Aaron's probably off in the background putting the kids to bed. He's running the stream tonight, Tom. Anyway, he had a good time, but it was warm over there. He reported the same wonderful weather, sunrise, sun most of the day, and sunny and pretty warm. We had intermittent here. 2 days were cold. Sunday was warm. Thursday was nice. Friday and Saturday were colder, but they were tolerable but cold, and an overcast to a great degree. But today was nice. Really nice in the morning. It warmed up overnight, and Thanksgiving Day was just glorious from start to finish, so we couldn't have complained. I couldn't have had any better weather for Thursday. All right, last 7-3, Tom, and we'll see you tomorrow night on the various bands, 220 and 6. KW6 Sugar, K6MYC.
Yeah, catch you tomorrow night. I should be ready to go there. K6MYC, KW6S.
Okay, W6PQL, boy, I kept you holding a long time. I'm sorry about that. W6 Papa Queen London, K6MYC, running up your way.
Okay, well, you're plenty loud where you are, Mike. I just want to let you know that that RF deck only needs about 23 amps at full output. In fact, almost all of them run only 20 amps at 500 out. And if you really pour the coals to them, 600-700 watts output, something like that, you're only looking at 23 and a half amps, so it doesn't take quite that much current at 50 volts over.
Well, I was only stating that most of the power supplies you can buy are 50 volts at 50 amps. That's typical. It's hard to buy one that's less current. And yeah, I didn't mean to imply that it required 50. And I was thinking 30, probably 30 amps maximum, but I hadn't. It's been a long time since I could see my meter here. But it won't matter to Ron. He'll deal with it. Anyway, thanks for the update and the correction on that. And I should also pass on to Ron. He's probably okay in the call book. You could drop him an email in case he has any questions. Although Ken should mention also to him that you're the designer and manufacturer of the module that's on this thing, and you would be good for questions. I think Ron is pretty moxie and can handle this thing. I hope he does get it on the air, because then you'll be able to work him from there in a Tascadero, even though it's not the best shot in the world. All right. Good evening to you. Did you go somewhere, or did you have a crowd? We had 40 here.
Oh, we went to Livermore. One of my daughters does Thanksgiving. We do Christmas. We kind of pass it around. And well, I can probably work him on 10 watts in the Tascadero if he just points up this way. Most of the time he's pointed over there toward the valley and probably isn't aware that we can work him from up here. But I'll certainly hear him if he gets the 600 watt going. All right, Mike, 7 threes. We had 9 people altogether, not nearly as big as your group, but that's all we could gather together this year. K6MYC, W6PQL.
Yeah, well, I'm not trying to boast that we had 40. It just happened to be that everybody could come this year. Even my grandson, Kenny, who now has moved to Idaho, drove down. So he and his 2 kids and his wife and their dog all were here. And in fact, I'm looking forward to catching up with Bill, KO6KD, because I think Kenny's going to be back down here in a week or so. And he could go over and help Bill get the 1296 antenna up. I gave Bill the 1296 antenna because, remember, he was the one that suggested that we do the live streaming. And I thought, well, that was worth a prize. So we sent Bill a 1296 antenna. He's got a 9700, but he hasn't been able to get it up because he's physically limited. But my grandson could put it up probably quickly for him. I think he's got all the hard line, all the feed line and stuff like that. Just a matter of deciding where he wants to put it. there's a quick solution and a more timely solution that has rotation, but he may just elect for the quick solution pointed directly to us here. Anyway, I've got to get Bill with Bill because my grandson will be here in about a week, and I'm going to have them exchange. I'm going to give Bill his email address so he can send Kenny his address and phone number so they can be in contact. W6PQL, and we'll see who else is in the Bay Area. K6MYC.
W6 Charlie Echo Fox 982.
Okay, 982. Hi, Daryl. You're a little late. Just stand by a second. 982, and who was the other one?
178.
Too fast. I didn't get it.
17NYC, Kilo Foxtrot 6, Quebec Charlie Hotel, no traffic.
KF6QCH, 787, Jimmy?
Yes, sir. Mike, just checking in with the 50 watts power. Good signal here. KF6QCH, over.
Okay, a little light tonight, Jimmy. I'm not sure I'm pointed at you correctly here, but anyway, good to have you check in. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving up that way. Let's take one more transmission and confirm that we heard what you, if you had any comments, what you said. What was the weather and how was your Thanksgiving there? We had 40 people at our place, but that's probably more than you had. I know you've got a small domain there. KF6QCH, K6MYC standing by. Go ahead.
Roger, Mike. Everything okay here. Have a good Thanksgiving. And pretty much it. I don't know how cold it is in the Bay Area right now, but anyway, back to you, K6MYC, KF6QC.
Okay, got it, Jimmy. Thank you. Wish you could get a bigger antenna up there at your place. It would sure help. We're always on the marginal side. You're always there. You're very steady and consistent from one week to the next, but boy, we just need more signal from you. Anyway, who else do we have in the Bay Area, please? K6MYC?
WA6AXX, no traffic.
WW6JNN.
Okay. You didn't give us your number, either one of you guys. Jim, give Judy your number, and then Ed can give her his number. Go ahead, Jim.
Yeah, 285.
Thank you. Go ahead, Red. Go ahead, Ed.
773 WA6AXX.
Okay, thank you. How was your Thanksgiving, Ed?
Very good. We did it at my daughter's, so she and her husband did all the work. So that's the best part.
Yeah, that's for sure. That's for sure. Jim, hang on just a second. Let me get KG6 Charlie Echo Fox in here. Daryl, how are you doing? And I imagine you were so slow getting in here because you're so loaded with turkey you couldn't move, huh?
Well, I wouldn't say that, but no, the fact is I was watching a television program and I spaced it.
Okay, don't worry about it. We barely made it in here, too. I was on and off sleeping in between programs, and they had the programming all shifted around. I was hoping to see Levin at 5 o'clock, which is normally on at 5, and they had another special program about the fact that Biden pardoned his son Hunter. I don't know why that was big news, but they preempted Mark Levin's program. And then he came on at 7, but they didn't tell us that, so I missed. He actually might have come on at 6:30 or 6 o'clock. I don't know when he was on, but I missed it anyway. Missed most of it, which was a disappointment. But maybe I'll catch it. Maybe I'll do it one more time later tonight.
You can always listen to it on YouTube too.
Well, yeah, but I can't see the TV good enough on you. Well, I could do it on YouTube. We just don't think of it. We got so many other things on the computer. But thanks for that. And let's see, now let me get it back to Jim over there with a big signal from Fremont. not Fremont, from East San Jose. WB6JNN. Did you eat some turkey, Jim? Over?
Oh yeah, we just got a turkey dinner through Safeway and just heated it up. Basically, it takes a couple hours, of course, because it's frozen. But yeah, we had a good dinner, and my son came up, so we had the wife and I, and the daughter, and the son, and our boarder, and the cats. WB6JNN.
Okay, very good. I'm glad you were able to get together with your son and all that. And your turkey, was this turkey pre-cooked and then frozen? Is that what it was, Jim?
Yeah, we do that. The wife can't handle too much anymore, and we have a small kitchen, so we can't. We have to be a little careful on how many people are in the kitchen at one time, for sure. Same with the table. We can do about 5. No 40 around here, that's for sure. And of course, since I just got a new telescope, smart telescope, naturally it's foggy, not foggy, but overcast tonight, right? Yeah, that's the way it goes. I caused it, I suppose, by buying it, right?
Okay. Tell me again about the telescope. You got covered up by Dennis there. Stand by a second, Dennis. What did you say about the telescope? I know you have cloudy skies intermittently. Go ahead.
Yeah, I said just because I bought a new one, naturally we have cloudy skies probably for the next week or two. Who knows? We'll see what happens.
Well, that's the way it is. You didn't pay full price for the telescope, and you didn't give away your firstborn child, and so you're going to end up with cloudy skies for the first 5 days. You're sitting there trembling with anxiety to watch the stars and the planets, and you can't see anything. Even the moon is dulled out. That's the way it goes, Jim. Anyway, I'm glad you had a good one. I understand about the wife and minimizing your cooking issues there. So that's I'm glad that they offer that as an alternative, and you can still get your turkey. Thanks for checking in and roaring. Good signal tonight, Jim. You're really strong over here, so conditions must be really good. I did hear a beacon, by the way. Let me see if I can ask you guys about this. Because you're in the Bay Area. This beacon is in Charlie Mike 97, and it's W6 Mike Tango something. Mike Tango Mike or Mike Tango Whiskey. I'm not sure which. Has anybody ever heard that? It's on the same frequency with N6NB, so it's about 93, 293 on 2 meters here, over.
I haven't heard about it, but I haven't checked it either.
Okay, that was a double. I got your 336 and your 160, Dave. Good evening. Hope you had a good Thanksgiving up there, Dave. Over.
You had a great Thanksgiving. Thanks much, Mike.
Thank you very much, and thanks for checking in here by yourself. That's good to hear you. Jim, tell me again your answer. WB6JNN, go ahead.
Okay, it's 215.
WB6JNN, where'd you go, Jim?
Oh, I just went up to check. Yes, there is a beacon there.
Okay, that's W6, MTW, I believe. I'd never heard of that, but I can hear it over here. I was actually pointed to the Bay Area, and I hear 2 beacons in there, and what the hell is this? I've never heard this thing before. Has that been on for a while, or is it just brand new?
Well, first I heard of it. Yeah, I just heard it go beep, beep, beep. I didn't hear the ID yet. But, yeah, I'll check into that, find out what direction it is from here.
Well, the beep, 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 you might, do you ever hear N6NB from where you are?
Yeah, I can sometimes.
Well, that one goes beep, 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 beep also. They all do the same. I could hear both of them, the W6MTW, I think it was the call, and Charlie Mike 97 something, and I don't remember the letters. But anyway, it's almost on the same frequency with the N6NB. So 293 something. There you are. So much for that. Give me some feedback on it, because I'd never heard that before, and it's usable. It's a usable beacon if it's in there consistently. Frank's beacon was also on 275, and the N6NB beacon was on 293.4. So much for that. WB6JNN, we'll see you tomorrow on 222, Jim. K6MYC. Thank you.
K6QR.
Okay.
I'll explore that and see what direction I see on the thing. WB6JNN. Thank you.
Okay, I'll come back, if you can get me, I'll come back through Bay Area at the end here, and maybe you can feed it to me, or maybe later tomorrow or something. KE6QR 177. KE6QR. Good evening, Gary. Long time no hear.
Good evening, Mike. This is KE6QR, Charlie Mike 88. We have been away for about 3 weeks. Went all the way down to the Salton Sea and camped out there in a nice RV park and spent some time in Indio, 70s, low 80s, and came home to wintertime. So we're back on the air now, and we had a good Thanksgiving, but me and the wife are both sick with a bad cold here. So that's the way it goes. You sound good there. I'm glad you got in one PCC. K6MYC,
KE6QR, K6MYC. You started out pretty strong and you faded right down at the end. I got everything okay, Gary, fine on the camp out, but I missed where you were, where the temperatures were 70 and 80. Where were you camped out, over?
I was in Imperial County near Bombay Beach, Nyland, California. I go down there every year to a snowbird resort for 2 weeks called the Fountain of Youth Resort. Most of the people there from Canada and places where it's very, very cold in the wintertime. So we had a really good time there. Listened to some live bands and just a lot of stuff there. It was good.
You got covered again right at the beginning. Where were you?
Imperial County, up above the Salton Sea, and nearest town would be Bombay Beach, Nyland, about 50 miles southeast of Palm Springs, California.
Yeah, right. I know where you are. I know where you were. If you once you told me, I just didn't get it. Imperial Valley. We used to go rock hunting out that way a lot with my dad many years ago when we lived in El Cajon. All right, very good. Thank you for that, and I'm glad you had a great time down there, and it was welcome back time here for you. Okay, let me see. I have KE6QR, but I'm missing a lot of others in the Bay Area. Let me move the antenna back just a little bit in the Bay Area. Bay Area, who's left? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. How about you, Gary? Gary's always eating dinner late, so we may not get Gary till we get back to the Bay Area for late checks and missed. QRZ Bay Area Bozo Net. Anybody else?
November 6 Bravo X-ray.
First time.
W6 Bravo X-ray. That's a new one. Go ahead.
No, it's November 6 Bravo X-ray, Bozo 782.
Bozo 782, and you're very loud. Where are you? And my name is Mike, and well, I think what's happened is I've never heard you before. I know that I call because I get people checking you in, but you're loud tonight. Over.
Yes, you as well. Normally I can barely hear you, if at all, but you're up around almost S9 tonight, so I can actually hear you tonight.
Okay, Larry. Very good. Where are you located, Larry?
Oh, I'm in Suisun City, which is near Fairfield.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm right up that way. When I work KE6QR, I think he's in Lafayette or somewhere close, so you aren't too far from him. About the same beam heading.
Yeah, that's correct. It's pretty close to the same. All right. Well, thank you. I'm glad I was able to hear you tonight. I think this is like the first time I've actually checked in without having somebody else check me in.
Oh, you're good and steady, so I don't know why that's ever happened. What are you running? Just give me a quick rundown on your station, Larry, over.
Okay, it's an ICOM 9700. Antenna is a Cushcraft 13B2 at about a little over 70 feet, and that's about it, just 100 watts out of the 9700.
Oh, well, I should be able to hear you no matter what. I think it's been some kind of a fluke that we've missed you, Larry, because that's plenty of station. Plenty of signal with 100 watts and the Cushcraft 13B2. That's not the greatest antenna in the world, but it works and it does have gain and so on. So, yeah, at 70 feet, it's got to plow a signal down here one way or the other. I just can't imagine that we have a unique condition tonight. Maybe in the past you may not have had it pointed just right. Anyway, look for you many times from here on out, Larry, and it'll take me a while, but I'll start to remember all the bits and pieces here. Is it W6 or N? I think it's W6 Bravo X-ray, K6MYC.
Yeah, Mike. Okay. Yeah, it's November 6 Bravo X-ray. November 6 Bravo X-ray. All right. Good to hear you, and I'm glad I was able to check in. You have a good evening.
Yeah, I was going to say November, and I thought, no, it must be Bravo. I'll give you the benefit of the doubt. Thanks, Larry. N6BX, K6MYC, and I heard a couple of others underneath Larry. Thank you guys for standing by. Go ahead.
November 6, Victor Oscar Alpha.
Okay, Bravo Oscar Alpha. Is it November 6? You're kind of light. I'm not sure of the call. Kilowatt 6 Mike, Yankee Charlie. Here, my name is Mike. Over.
Okay, Mike, it's November 6, Voice of America, VOA.
VOA, very good. Where are you, and do you have a Bozo number? Over.
Negative. I am in San Jose. First time on the net. I heard you. I am vertically polarized, running about 40 watts on an 897, Yaesu 897. Just wanted to say hello to you.
WB6 ISO.
Okay. I know what it was. November 6, Voice of America, N6 VOA. Very good in San Jose. Rob, we're going to need a Bozo number for this gentleman. I think he said his name, but it got covered up, so I didn't get it. November 6 Bravo, Victor Ocean Alpha in San Jose. First time he's checked in. He's vertically polarized at the moment. We will hear you a lot better when you go horizontal there. That's for sure. But 40 watts is still getting over here, and that's the main thing. I'm running a kilowatt here, just about a kilowatt and a quarter or a half. 19XXX, a 19 element M squared Yagi at 100 feet, 105 feet. So that's the story. But I'm over here on the west side of the San Joaquin Valley, just north of the city of Fresno. So your vertical doesn't have to be pointed, but when you put the horizontal up there, you probably want to point it 100 to 105 degrees for me there. Let me shoot it back to you one more time. Let me just have you stand by just a second. Rob, give me a Bozo number.
Okay, what is his call sign again, Mike?
November 6, Victor Ocean Alpha, Voice of America.
Okay, yeah, I checked. He doesn't have a Bozo number yet. So our next one available will be 1171.
Okay, there you go. There you go, 1171, 1171, 1171. N6 VOA, and give me your name. You may have given it to me. I just didn't get it listed in my brain yet. Go ahead, K6MYC. My name is Mike. Over.
Okay, Mike, thank you very much. I copied 1171. The name here is Nick, November, India, Charlie, Kilo, like St. Nick. Thank you so much.
Okay, Nick, very good. Nice to hear you. And do you have plans to get something up horizontal there? Over.
Yeah, I've been wanting to do it for quite a while. I just kind of tackle my other projects, but definitely want to get maybe a phased array up.
Yeah, okay. Well, you're doing well. The radio sounds very good, even though you're very weak. The audio is very clear, and I'm not having any difficulty copying. What is your radio? Over.
It is a Yaesu 897.
Okay. Well, it sounds better than most. I've got an 897 here, and mine doesn't get good audio reports. It's okay, but it's not as good as as other radios that I have there. But yours sounds very good. It's doing a great job over here, so can't complain. Thank you very much for checking in here. What was his name? I forgot his name.
Nick.
I'm sorry, Nick. My brain is soggy here this evening. I'm trying to keep too many balls in the air, I think. Anyway, Nick, thanks much, and hopefully we'll hear you many times again. And for your information, we are live streaming. If you don't know how to do that, we can tell you and how to get and hear your own signal on the live stream. It's very easy to do. And the other thing is you can check in. If I don't hear you on a given night because I have noise or other problems, if I don't hear you, you can check in with anybody that you hear, any station that you hear that you can get your signal to. They can check you in. So you do not have to contact me directly to get checked in and get credit for a check-in. So there you go. N6 VOA, thank you very much. I hope you had a good Thanksgiving weekend. K6MYC, 73, Nick.
73, Mike. Yes, I copied all that. I am on the live stream, so thank you again.
Hey, Mikey.
Contacting you guys again. 73.
Thank you. Good about the live stream. Who said Mikey? Go ahead.
Yeah, this is W6PQL. I don't want to stall you too long here. I just wanted to get some audio into the live stream so I could hear what it sounds like. Just made a TX audio adjustment, so don't need a comment. I'll listen to the playback on it. Thanks a lot, W6PQL.
Well, it sounds about normal. I haven't seen any difference there, but maybe you'll hear it. Very good, Jim. Now, I think I'm still missing a couple of people that I've heard in the Bay Area, but I didn't get all the numbers down. K6MYC Bozo Net, Bay Area, please. Over.
Yes, Whiskey Bravo 6. Oh, here, I should turn the mic gain up. Holy cow. Whiskey Bravo 6, Whiskey November India, 1090.
Yeah, thank you, Gary. I called you in earlier. Did you hear me call you?
Mike, no, I was still eating dinner. We have a late dinner, and I've known Nick for many years, so I was stunned, yes, repeat stunned that he checked in. Anyway, hi, Nick. Well, Mike, I won't hold it longer, but if you are ready to write this down, I can give you information on that beacon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, well, I can just take it in my head. Judy will write down some of the particulars, but we're ready to take it. I can usually remember the basics. Go ahead, please.
Okay, I think you had the call sign right, but let me reiterate. It's Whiskey 6, Mike Tango Fox. They are on Grizzly Peak, Oakland. And according to their website, it is 144.29264. QSL?
Yeah, QSL. Got it. I was hearing it on 193, but that's okay. It is close. I can hear N6NB at the same time on 93.4. The reason I know the frequency is exactly because I pushed a button on my ICOM 9700 and it told me what frequencies I was listening on. Over.
Oh, boy, I had to resort to the internet. Well, anyway, Mike, yes, we had a great Thanksgiving, had my grandson over, and, of course, the dog, because you mentioned pets, and grandson, daughters, 2 daughters, son-in-law, my wife and myself, and the dog. Anyway, I'm going to say 73 and let you move on. K6MYC W6W9.
Okay, fine, Jerry. When I called you, you must have been swallowing the last mouthful because it wasn't just 2 or 3 minutes ago that I called you in. And then I said to myself, and I said on the air, oh, that's too early to call Gary. He's usually eating dinner at this time, and there it was. So you nailed it, and we nailed it. Good enough, great, Gary, and I'm glad you had a good Thanksgiving. Thanks so much for checking in. Great to hear you, and thanks for the information on the beacon. Was there any other information about what kind of its power and whether it's running an omni and horizontally or vertically polarized or anything like that?
Yes, it is running a vertical, and so the computer, I was reading it off the internet, and I think the battery died, but it is running 10 watts and a vertical antenna. So that's probably good enough. If you type in that number, you'll find it. If you type in the call sign, it's kind of, the search engines are crazy, but that number is how I found it. And yeah, so 10 watts, vertically polarized.
What number? You said your number was how you found it. What was the number?
Oh, I'm going to have to do it from memory, but Judy may have written it down. It was 141.292.640. And you may want to put that 0 in there. 144.292.640.
Okay, but where did you get that frequency?
Info.
Oh, that's from the internet.
Okay, info, go ahead.
Yeah, W6MTF is Alton Brandon Jr., and his QRZ page gives his biography. He was associated with Varian and IMAC and knew Bill Orr, so he's probably an old-timer, okay?
Is he SK or is he still alive?
Well, his page is still active here.
Oh, okay. So he just decided to put this on. Does get any idea how long he's had that beacon on?
I have no idea. I don't check beacons too often.
Yeah, well, that's interesting because I've never heard it before either. And it may have been just because we have wonderful propagation today. I was listening here, I think it was about 6 o'clock, 5 o'clock. No, it was before dark, so about 4 o'clock in the afternoon when I heard it. And it was weak but very steady. And of course, if we could get the guy to, if somebody knows him or somehow to get in touch with him, if we could get him to go horizontal, that would be wonderful. We might even be able to find a junker hole loop somewhere, and he'd be much better off with the frequencies he's on as a beacon. The vertical is okay, but he would be much louder from Grizzly Peak here if he was horizontal. Thanks, Jim. Thanks, Gary. K6MYC. Okay, one more call, Bay Area, K6MYC, Bozo Net. Okay, all quiet in the Western Front. Let's see, N6 Radio Oscar, let me get up your way. N6RO. N6 Radio Oscar, K6MYC.
K6MYC, N6RO, you were very loud until you turned the antenna this way. I'm pointed south right now, not at you.
Okay, well, I went back a little bit.
Well, now I'm pointed at you on the low antenna.
Yeah, you're fine. You're not real strong, but plenty good copy. N6RO, K6MYC 835, and how did you do this weekend?
Oh, it was, first of all, the formalities. K6MYC, N6RO, Bozo 835, high temperature 61, and dinner was leftover fish. The weather reports, similar to yours. Today, we had some sunshine after the morning tule fog. Yesterday and Saturday were solid fog all day long, so temperature were in the mid-40s, and it actually quieted some of the power line noises, which is good. Thanksgiving, I know you had a big crowd there. I had a zero crowd on site, that is, but I had 2 Zoom meetings. I had about 12 people on my family Zoom, and then about the same number on my N6RO Zoom, the team members and others. So it's been a pretty good weekend, and looking forward to working with PG&E this week to nail down some of the sources out there. N6RO.
Okay, well, the only thing I don't believe about that whole dissertation was you're looking forward to working with PG&E. I'm kidding, of course. If you're working with those level of people, they're usually pretty good people. All right. Thanks, Ken, and good check-in. Okay, on your dinner, we had leftovers also, but we didn't have fish. We had turkey for some reason, and we had broccoli salad. And accidentally, it was heated up, but it was actually better heated up than it was in the cold form. And we had some mashed potatoes and gravy. What else was there? Some stuffing on there, Judy? Yeah, stuffing too. Judy fixed me a plate. I'm so blind now I can't see it if it's just a mass of stuff. I kind of just dig in and keep chomping until it's gone. Over.
That's the best way to eat. My Thanksgiving dinner was actually postponed, and I haven't had it yet. I had an intestinal problem on Thanksgiving Day, so I had chicken cordon bleu instead, which I have from Costco, and it's quite good. Not as good as what my first wife used to cook, though. And probably sometime this week I'll get some turkey down and 6RO.
Did you get past your little intestinal thing?
No, it's a disease. It's called celiac. A very extreme allergy to gluten, so I can't eat anything that's based on wheat. We found this out about a month ago, but it's a very slow recovery in the small intestine to heal itself up.
Yeah, it's a gluten thing, isn't it?
Yeah, gluten is the thing, and it's amazing that it took this long to figure it out, but the Kaiser doctor did.
Well, good for them. That's when Mark went up for a Kaiser. He probably had that for many years and never knew quite what it was off and on, being bothered by it, and probably bothers you more as you get older. Your gut doesn't work quite the same as it did when you were 30 and 40. All right, good night, Ken. I'm running late here, but we'll catch up with you tomorrow on a couple of bands. 220 working finally?
No. I got to wait for Gary to come out and take it to his shop and fix it, the transverter. And still working on the 1296 amplifier. I think I'm going to have to send it down to KF6I. Anyway, we'll see you on 6 meters tomorrow night and 6RO.
Yeah, Roger. Well, the 1296 amp, milk it along. I heard you on it. I think I was copying you with the amp a little bit, or was it just all 10 watts?
It was all 10 watts.
Okay, well, you don't need the amp then for me to check in, so you're good. Package it up and send it down, and we'll see you on 6 meters tomorrow night. Sorry about the 222, but I'm sure that'll be fixed in due time. Good evening, Ken. Great to hear you. And N6RO, K6MYC, moving on up to the Sacramento area. Sure is. I hear you, Darren. Take a transmission there, KF6 whiskey. No, Kilo Foxtrot. No, that's not. What the heck? What's the matter here, brain? KJ6 KFB K6MYC.
There you go. You got it rewired. It's all good. KJ6 KFB 756. And Bill's got some exciting new news for you, so I'm not going to slow things down and hand it right over to him, provided he's ready to go. KJ6 KFB.
Well, thanks, Darren. And great signal tonight. Boy, the conditions on 2 meters are spectacular. We haven't heard, we're hearing some weak stations, but they're really weak, and we normally probably wouldn't even have known they were in there. So I think we got really, really good conditions tonight and a major check-in list, except out of the San Joaquin Valley, we're light here. All right, thanks, Gary. Let's see. Gary. Darren. Let's see what Bill's got. I've got some exciting news for Bill as well. KO6KD, K6MYC in the group.
Yeah, here we are. I'm late, but at least I'm in my place with a smiling face. KR6MR. John, he's up there. He'll be also K6MYC in the group. The Bozos. This is KO6KD number 776. Over.
And what's your exciting news, number 776?
I'm not sure. I'm still trying to validate it, but Darren said that I finally made it officially onto the ARRL's website.
officially as a honor roll recipient. I am now on the honor roll.
Well, congratulations, old man. You've been working at it for a couple of years. I'm glad you finally made it. Wonderful. Let me give you a piece of information. Now, I'm going to give you an email. Have you got your pencil?
2:30. Stand by.
Copying Bill on the backside of the antenna.
Okay, and there's Phil in there, 884. Put Phil down there, Judy. We'll get you in a minute, Phil. Bill, you had so much garble on it from multipath. I didn't hear what you said. What'd you say, Bill? You ready to copy?
2:30. Go ahead. The band is starting to fade, but I hear you. Go ahead, Mike.
Now, somebody keeps doubling with you. Who is that?
230.
Oh, 230. Holy cow. Boy, are you strong, Jerry, from Reading. Booming signal. Let's see, KO6HS will take you when you're loud like that. My goodness, you knocked me right off my chair here. KO6HS, 230, Reading. Go ahead, take one. We'll get back with you in a minute, Bill. Go ahead, Jerry.
Roger, yeah, I saw the signals were up, so I wanted to sneak in there because I got in late tonight, so I thought you might have passed me already, so I just wanted to sneak in. Over.
Well, you snuck in right quick. No, we're running really late tonight, long net, because so many congratulations and exchange of information on how many people were at everybody's turkey celebration and so on. We had 40 here. So far, nobody has topped that, but they're working on it. The first liar never wins. Okay, great to hear you, Jerry. And let's see if Rick is there, as long as I could catch him. Let's see if Rich is there. KD6SW. How about it, Rich? K6MYC.
Oh, yeah, I'm right here. KD6SW, KD6 Talking Wet, number 145, ready.
Well, you're not loud, but you're readable, Rich. Good to hear you. Hopefully you both had a good Thanksgiving up there. Did you get any rain over the last 3 or 4 days, or did it hold off for you for Thanksgiving weekend? Over?
No rain at my place anyway. Just nice sunshine. The sun's been coming all the way down to the ground. Over.
Oh, but it did that today here also. But the last couple of days, let's say Friday and Saturday, were kind of intermittent, where the sun wouldn't make it all the way to the ground most of the time, and it was colder. Cold breeze, a little breezy, but just cold temperatures. But today it was nice, and Thursday, Thanksgiving Day, it was wonderful. So we can't complain. Back to you, Jerry, and I'll let you two guys go. Thanks for coming in, and never worry about being late here. If you're late, we're later. KO6HS, K6MYC.
Real good there. It looks like commissions are dropping out today. I think that's blew my quarter here, so looks like you're fading down into the noise there. But good to hear you. You're coming in just about S9 when I first checked in, so that's why I wanted to jump in there. 73, we'll catch you next time if you're still reading me. Over.
I read you very, very light, but 100% copy. Thank you, Jerry. And no, you did the right thing. You got to jump in when we've got a path like you and I have, and you and Rich, me and Rich. You guys hear me loud. You got to jump in, and hopefully I'll hear you and pick you up like we did this time. I was stunned because it was so loud. I thought it was some jerk that was a local here. Hi. 7-3, Jerry, and we'll see you guys later through the week here. KO6HS, KD6 Sugar Whiskey, K6MYC. Good night. All right, Bill, let's see. I didn't even move the antenna much for them. They were coming in so nicely. KO6HS, you ready to copy an email address?
Yeah, KO6 Kitty, go ahead.
Okay, it's Ken at Hidden Creek, HIDDENCREEK.US. Over.
Okay, so is it ken.hiddencreek.us?
Ken at Hidden, Ken.HiddenCreek, I guess. Ken@HiddenCreek.us. Ken@HiddenCreek.us. That's Ken, K6KJS. K6KJS. That's his email address. It's an old email address where he used to live in Hidden Creek in San Gregorio. He's now up in Idaho. However, you copying me well enough for this, or is it down right now?
No, you're just fine.
Okay, because you're way down at the moment. I don't know why. You're really in the tank. Anyway, he's going to be in the area, and he has a friend in Roseville. He's coming down to deliver a trailer. He's selling one of his trailers. He has a toy hauler, and he's taking it to a friend of his to pick up in South Sacramento area somewhere. And then he's going to be staying overnight with a friend in Roseville. You know where that place is, right?
Yes, I do. So he's staying with a friend here in town.
He has a friend in town. The main thing is he would be willing to come over for a couple of bucks, and you guys can work out the details on this, but he'd be willing to come over for a couple of bucks, gas money or whatever, and help you get the 1296 antenna up. Over.
Well, I'm not prepared, since I'm not able to get outside and do anything with the hard line. I would need to, if I know that somebody's coming over and we're going to plan for something, then I need to get out and prepare the hard line and find the connectors and everything. I've got everything here. I don't know where it's all at, because it's been sitting here for close to a year.
A lot of multi-path flutter. Let me make sure I understand what you said. You've got the hard line, but it has no connectors?
Correct. I don't have any connectors on it, but I've got new connectors in the box. I just got to figure out where I put them.
You've just got to what?
I need to find out where I put them. It's been quite some time since I ordered them, but I don't know where they are. Since I'm not able to get out and move around, I don't know where the stuff is. So how long will Ken be in this area? How long? You said he's going to be here when?
Well, he's not sure of the date. That's why I want you to send him an email. He needs your phone number and your email address, and you can text back and forth. He's very computer literate, so you could text once you get phone numbers and stuff. Just talk back and forth by text on the phone or call him. He's my grandson. That's K6KJS. He's just moved up to Idaho, but he's going to be down in your area sometime. He hasn't pinned a day down yet. Sometime in the next 5 to 10 days, more like 7 to 10. So you've got about 7 days to piece this together. Now, the other option would be to put a short piece of cable on the antenna that would get you to a point where it could be reached from the ground, and then connect onto the hard line after that. Now, the other option is, depending on how much time he's got and what you want to do, he could try to get it up where you could rotate it, or he can put it on the fixed mast or fixed mast that you have pointed just at me as a simplified way to get it up at least on the air. So you've got to do a couple of things here over the next 5 or 6 days. You've got to build the antenna and see if you can find your hardline connectors and at least get one on, or another short piece of coax that'll get you from the antenna down to where you can reach it from the ground. Over.
I understand. Mike, the band is up and down. I'll talk to you in the morning about this, Roger.
You're in the mud again. I didn't get any of that.
I'll talk to you in the morning. We'll talk to you on 40 meters in the morning. We'll talk to you then about this.
Roger, that's fine. Are you missing anything from me?
No. I'm hearing you. It's just that the band it's not working out for me.
Yeah. Well, I I got you now. You're back up again, but you goes from really loud to really weak very fast. Okay. Yeah, I'll look for you. I was on this morning, but I didn't hear anybody. I called for about 5 or 6 minutes, and then I just gave up. But I'll be on in the morning on 40 meters looking for you. KO6KD, K6MYC.
Your solid copy, Bill. Solid copy, WB6GGY.
Hey there, Phil. Nice copy. Yeah, I hear you, Corey. I hear you great. I need to bring the antenna back a little bit, but my rotor controller is acting up. But I do got a good copy of you about an S5. Nice to hear you, Phil. Good evening.
Yeah, you are S7 here. S7, S8. Good copy. Excellent copy. WB6GGY. Thank you. Hey, we'll get out of your way. WB6GGY. Look for you in the morning.
Roger. Look for you in the morning. Okay, 7-3s. Take care. Back to you, Mike, KO6KD.
Yeah, just quickly, have you guys hooked up with Bob since Thanksgiving, or has it been just a quiet weekend on 40?
No, I was there on Friday. Friday. Bob was there on Friday, and Phil and Bob and I talked on Friday.
Okay. I'm sorry I didn't make it. We just had a house full of company, and we'd been up late and so on. I just wasn't getting up in time some days. So one day I didn't even wake up till 9:15. So it's been overcast. Friday and Saturday were very overcast and really dark, and I didn't even realize it was 9 o'clock. It seemed like 6 in the morning, and it was 9 already. All right, 7-3, and we'll talk to you tomorrow. Let's see if I can get John in here. KR6MR, John, are you there?
Roger, Mike. K6MYC in the group. KR6MR, Bozo 759. I'll chatter a little bit so you can speak on me. The temperature high today is 68 degrees. Sunny to partly cloudy. Always nice sun for the last 2 days up here. Over.
Okay, I missed part of that because I'm moving the rotator trying to find you, and every time I move it, it gets worse. So signals are not coming from where they normally come. Anyway, temperature I think you said was 58, 58. Was that what you said?
Negative 68. 68. Over.
Oh, way hot. Okay, that's shirt sleeve weather, man. That's great. I'm glad you had a good day today. It was warm here, but not 68, and we had intermittent, a little overcast would come for a few minutes, and it would cool down. It was quite warmer in the morning. Strangely enough, it was warmer in the morning than it was in the afternoon. Anyway, thanks for being there, John, and we'll look for you tomorrow on 6. KR6MR, K6MYC.
Yeah, okay, Mike. Nice chatting with you. I'll see you tomorrow. Tomorrow on 6 meters. In the meantime, I'm going to go to bed. K6MYC in the group. KR6MR signing.
Bozo 410.
Good evening, 410. Hi, Russ. KW6T. KW6T, Russ, 744. What? Then you said your number, and then I forgot it. What is it?
Oh, it's like the little tiny shotgun. It's a 410. I don't know. I really wanted to get 409, but I was got right behind somebody else. All right, 410. Anyway, it's Russ and Latrobe. Good evening, Mike, and glad to hear everybody. Yeah, you were plus 20 or 20 plus over S9 earlier. You're about 10 to 15 now. Actually, the conditions were great. I could copy Tom, KW6S, just fine when he was pointed at you. So, really interesting conditions tonight.
Yeah, it is. And the only stations that have been kind of pukey were right there in Sacramento. And Bill is usually quite consistent, but he's been up and down and all over the place. Of course, when you want to pass some very important information, the band's not going to be there for you. Anyway, luckily we have another sked with him in the morning on 40. So that'll work, and that'll be good. All right, good to hear you. Go to bed. See you later. I'm talking to John now. John, go to bed, and we'll catch you tomorrow. And Russ, great to hear you. Booming signal here. So a pleasure to have you pop in. Hopefully you had a good Thanksgiving. We had 40 people here. Lots of dogs, lots of cats, and lots of kids, and lots of grown-ups, I think. It was a couple of grown-ups here. Most of them were acting like kids. KW6T, K6MYC.
Yeah, very good, Mike. Yeah, Thanksgiving was good. We had 17 folks here. 2 out of 3 kids were here. But I did have all 5 of my grandkids were here, which was really nice, and that made it very special. So anyway, it was a great day, great friends and family, and we're looking forward to doing it again next year. Well, 73 Mike, K6NYC, here's KW6T Latrobe. I'm clear.
Yeah, all my 6 grandkids were here with their more great-grandkids as well, so we had quite a gang here. Good deal. I'm glad you had fun and had a good time. We had lots of turkey, 3 turkeys, and lots of leftovers. 7-3, Russ, and we'll catch you maybe one of these days on 432. Who knows? Maybe Wednesday, too. Over.
Yeah, I've got a new piece of RG400. I just have to get up there and take the whole doggone thing down, which is kind of a mess. And anyway, we'll see how it goes, Mike. KW60.
All righty. Good luck with it. Anybody else before we go to Nevada? Don't hear anybody else, so Nevada, here we come. Here we are to Nevada, and we've got you already checked in, but I'm sure I'm going to hear you, Richard. KD6BQ, K6MYC.
Yeah, good evening, Mike. K6MYC, KD6BQ, number 249. How are things down there?
Well, they're wonderful. And you guys in the Nevada area behind the mountains are stronger by far than the people looking line of sight to me from Sacramento. Go figure.
Yeah, I've been hearing you for quite a while. I was hearing you real well when you were talking to Sacramento and even to Redding. So you were actually a little louder when you were pointed at Redding, but that's probably just conditions over.
Yeah, it was, because I didn't move where I started with the Sacramento guys. I just left it there because everybody was popping in. Jerry up in Redding came in, and he was so loud he knocked me off the chair here for about 10 seconds. Over.
Yeah, sometimes the signals really surprise you when they come blasting in. You think they're right next door when they're not. So anyway, I won't be on tomorrow night. Tomorrow night's the Astronomy Club meeting there. Over.
Okay. Well, we'll cross you off the list for tomorrow, but we'll look for you, of course, on Wednesday again, and look forward to that, of course. Have a good astronomy meeting. And let me see, who else have you heard? Anybody else on here up in your way?
No, I haven't heard Larry tonight. I tried him on 222 FM, but haven't been able to raise him. I won't make it on Wednesday either. I'm driving out to Utah on Wednesday, so I'll be gone for about a week, and maybe I'll catch you on 40 from Utah. Can be out visiting my dad. Over.
Yeah, QSL. Well, 7137 around 8 o'clock in the morning. Be happy to have you pop in there. I can always move one antenna over that way. Very good. And it's up and down. Boy, you're strong and then you're weak, and then you're strong and then you're weak. I'm sure you're having the same problem with me. Let me move on quickly here so we can get this net over with. Let's see. N7 Whiskey Tango. How about you, Larry? From Larry, KE7 big UQL, KE7 UQL. How about you, Daniel? Daniel's still down. Okay, K7 SUN, K7 Sugar Uniform November, K7 SUN. I'm moving the antenna your way. K7 SUN, K6MYC. Over. Boy, either they've all gone to bed or they were all stuffed with turkey. All right, one last call. Anybody in the Nevada area? Kilowatt 6 Mike Yankee Charlie. I guess that's it, Richard. Have a great trip, and we'll see you in a week or so. KD6BQ, K6MYC. Maybe we'll see you sooner on 40. 7-3. It did. Let me go back quickly to the Bay Area. I think we got everybody, but let me just go back in case anybody's got any more information from the Bay Area. And then we'll call it a night. Aaron, are you back in the shack? They're still unpacking, I guess. Rob, you're here, right?
Yep, Roger. I was going to say, Richard's so doggone loud. He was in my driveway, I think, is why you could hear him better there, Mike. Over.
Yeah, I know. Isn't that something? And then he would just fade right down. But he should have said something. But we all want to close the net here. We're all getting cold and tired, and I'm ready to give it away today. But that was a pretty good net. How many did we get, Judy?
I'm still here. Aaron said he's on the treadmill, Mike. Over.
Oh, Aaron's on the treadmill, and somebody said he was still here. Was that you, Aaron?
WA60IB.
Oh, okay. You're still there. You're not on the treadmill, though, are you?
No, I haven't got that much gumption.
We probably should be on the treadmill after this weekend. Judy says we got to hide the scale for at least 2 weeks.
Yeah, I don't need any bad news.
That's for sure. Well, we're getting good news, though, out of the administration and all. I like the Kash Patel choice. Over.
What was that again?
I like the Kash Patel choice. They got him scheduled for heading up the FBI. Over.
Oh, okay. I'm not paying attention to that. It is what it is. I can't do anything about it, so I don't worry about it.
Well, I know, but he's got really a good team behind him, and Kash is one of the guys that he was saving for a very crucial spot. And hopefully they'll get in there and get the FBI back where it has some standing. Everybody's lost faith in the FBI and the other agencies that do similar stuff. Anyway, the other one piece of news that you might not have heard was late this afternoon, Biden pardoned his son Hunter. Over.
Oh, he did. Yeah, there was. I was listening to something on the radio the other day. They were talking about that, and they were pretty sure he was going to do that. One of the last things before he left office.
Well, there was a lot of reasons, and he kept saying, "No, I'm not going to pardon." He said that over and over and over again. We saw several replays of him saying, "I'm definitely not going to pardon him." But I think he had second thoughts, and I have mixed emotions about it. Hunter was a bad boy for sure, and he had gun charges against him and stuff. But the only thing that makes me feel like a pardon is relatively valid. Two things really: it's his son, and he can still do it. And number two, anything that Hunter didn't kill anybody, didn't maim anybody of any note. He does have a daughter that they don't want to recognize, but basically he hasn't killed anybody or hurt anybody with his antics, luckily. At least that we know of. Nothing major. Nothing that was in any of the court cases anyway. So from that standpoint, I could justify the pardon, particularly since it's not going to do any good to send him off to prison for a couple of years. What's the point? He's pretty much where he's going to be now. I think he's over his addictions, and he may never be a better Biden than he is. But what are you going to do? Anyway, enough of that. Good to have you. Thanks for checking in here and being with us this evening. WA60IB, K6MYC.
Yeah, well, like you say, it is what it is. That's and it doesn't make any difference, I guess, anyway. Okay, very good. Well, you guys have a good rest of the evening and whatnot, and I'll finish up here and get back in the house too, I guess. It's nice in here. I had the heater on earlier, and it's still 68 in here, so that's not bad. Nice and warmy. WA60IB.
Now, this shack of mine does not stay warm. It leaks like a sieve. Of course, what can you expect of a barn with holes in every door and every window, cracks? window cracks all over, letting feed lines in and out. So just does not get warm in here. Anyway, 7-3, Ken. And Aaron's on the treadmill. 73 to you, Aaron. Thanks for running that stream tonight. And over to you, Rob, and you wrap it up. I'm pointing down toward Eddie. And Eddie, if you're in there, come on in. KE6BK, K6MYC. Anybody down south? KB6RQU and 6SWR, KE6BK. Anybody? For the Bozo Net, 2 meters. I guess not. Go ahead, Rob, K6MYC.
Okay, Mike, I haven't had a chance to count mine. I don't know how many you got there. You were talking about Hunter. I guess my main thing of concern is how many of secrets and stuff did he sell to China that they got all the money for. That kind of bothers me. Over?
Yeah, well, it's not only just him. It's Biden. Biden, if his son didn't do it, he was going to do it. So, yeah, I don't think Biden did much in that category. There was so much other leaks that he didn't have to do it. Who knows? He made
35.
Okay, we got 35. Over.
Okay, let me count. Well, I must have missed one. I got 32.
No, we got 35, so maybe there is some missing. I can have Judy read them to you in groups of 5 if you want.
Yeah, I guess it would be. Hang on a minute. I got to get this cat off my lap. He keeps hitting me in the chin like somebody's socking me. Over.
You deserve everything you get.
Yeah, he wants 11 at the wrong times there. Go ahead.
Hi, Rob. First one, 971 7079 1100 1164 831 107 432 704. Check.
Okay, go ahead.
1009 711 722 1055 610 226. Check.
Okay, go ahead.
1296 982 787 285 773 86. Check.
Okay, go ahead.
336 177 782 1171 1090 835. Check.
Okay, go ahead.
756 776 884 230 145 47 759 410 and 249. End. Check.
Okay. Let's see. I didn't see where you had 160 in there after 336.
I do not have 160 anywhere, but I will put him in.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay. And then the other one that I was wondering about, you had 722. I think that was a false one, wasn't it?
I don't know who 722 is. Wait a minute. Oh, that was that false check-in that we thought it was a check-in, but it was them checking in somebody from down south. So I don't think we should have him in here. Just cross out 722.
Oh.
Huh? Yeah, but the problem is we didn't hear him. We heard his...
I'll cross him off.
Yeah, cross him off. Go ahead, Rob.
Okay. I think most of the other ones I have here, so let me count again.
Well, we got more than you do anyway. Judy had 35. Now she's down to 34. Back to 35 again. Yeah, she had 160, so she's still at 35.
Yeah, I'm counting 34, so I'll have to check your list and see where I went wrong. Okay, thank you. I'll let you go. It's cold out there.
Well, we're close. 34, 35. That's close enough.
Okay. Good night, Judy. Good night, Mike. K6MYC, KM6SR, 73.
73, Rob. Catch you tomorrow. Good night. Good night.
Good night, Rob.
Yes, Aaron, I got 1079 and 1100, over.
Oh, okay. Yeah, 1079, 1100 are in there for sure.
Yeah, Aaron just texted me, asked me if I got those too. So he's probably on the treadmill where he's in a listen-only mode there, over.
Yeah, okay. We're done. Good night, Aaron. Good night, Rob. Good night, anybody else that's listening. We're gone. K6MYC pulling at Cork.